The universe of No Man's Sky is fascinating, filled with planets containing everything from radioactive storms to anomalous breaches in the fabric of space and time. And let's not forget about those adorable and not so adorable creatures. But some planets are special, different from the others, filled with strange, rare beauties. And here today you'll learn about 5 of the most incredible planets and how you can experience them for yourself. So without further ado, here are the top 5 beautiful planets in No Man's Sky. Coming in at number 5 is the Beam Biome. This is a sub-biome falling into the category of exotic, which means that there's only one species of animal here and it's crazy looking. These weird pulsating balls of plasma are the only animal populating this entire planet. At number 4 on our list we have the Hex. Short for hexagonal, this planet appears from orbit to be tiled with, you guessed it, hexagons. Huge ones. Very original naming, am I right? And as you enter the atmosphere, the hexagons split up and get smaller and smaller until when you land you see that the entire landscape, not to mention the flora and the animals, are covered with these tiny hexagons. It's a beautiful sight to see both from orbit and on the ground yourself. And I've gotta say, the animals of the Hex are my favorite out of the animals on this list. They're called platelets. No, I didn't make up that terrible pun, but I commend the fellow traveler who did. And they take the form of tiny jumping jellyfish-like creatures living underneath single hexagons of the landscape. I find these to be adorable in a very strange way, but they still don't make the Hex the top biome on this list. Believe me, there's much more to come. And now, coming in at number 3, we have the Volcanic Biome. Introduced in the recent Origins update, this biome's name is fairly self-explanatory because, well, the planet's covered in volcanoes. If you happen to stumble across an extreme volcanic planet, then you're in luck because the combined effects of the lovely ambient lighting, fairly frequent volcanic eruptions, and incredibly frequent lightning storms make for a stunning homeworld to build a base on. And for this next biome at number 2, I don't quite know what to call it other than what I named it to remember it, the poetically dubbed Glowy Grass Planet. In all caps. This planet in particular isn't my favorite example of the glowy grass biome, but it still gets the point across, what with how the light flows in beautiful waves across the fluorescent grassy tentacles. There's not much to be said for this biome, but when you find a good one of these, you'll have a nice holy shit moment and see why this is one of my favorites. And finally, in the grand place of number 1 on our list is the Bubble Biome. I love all the biomes on this list for different reasons, but this one is just stunning in its special way, and I guarantee you'll feel the same when you find one of these planets for yourself. The planet itself is rocky and boring with minimal resources, but don't let that fool you. It doesn't matter when you land on the planet and find yourself surrounded by massive bubbles ranging in size from huge to huger. Finding this planet for the first time was literally a breathtaking experience for me, and I hope it'll be the same for you too. And that actually brings us to our next point. Do you want to be able to visit all these planets and more just for yourself? Well, let me teach you a thing or two about planet hunting. Planet hunting is easy, it's just warping from system to system, seeing what planets you can find by scanning them and seeing what category they fall into. But when you're doing some hardcore planet hunting and you want to find a good planet for, say, a base of yours, then you're going to want to install some heavy-duty S-class upgrade modules for your pulse drive to improve warp range as well as efficiency, so you won't have to craft as many warp cells. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. If you did enjoy or are just happy to have learned something new, feel free to leave a like, and if you didn't, feel free to dislike. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. I've already made a good many No Man's Sky guides that are all in a playlist linked in the description, and I've got many more videos like this one planned for the future. But that's all I've got for today. I hope to see you in the next one.